There are 6 signs that she wants you to touch her. Did you know that over 90% of contact between people is non-verbal? Attraction isn't just about what she says, it's also about what she does, the way she moves, the little gestures she makes, and the subtle cues she gives all show what's really going on in her mind. Today I'm going to talk about 6 undeniable signs that a woman is not only okay with being touched, but she might be waiting for you to make a move. Thanks for joining Bond. Chronicle is your go-to channel for real, relatable advice on how to handle the complexities of love and relationships. But here's the thing, most men miss these signals because they either hesitate too long or misread the situation, which can make things awkward. If you want to know exactly when the moment is right, stay tuned until the end, because I have a bonus sign that's so obvious it's almost like an invitation. Number 1, she's closing the distance. Have you ever been sitting with a woman and noticed that she's getting closer? Maybe she leans in when you talk, moves her seat so that your arms or legs are almost touching, or chooses to sit next to you even though there's plenty of other seats available. That's not a coincidence. It's a non-verbal invitation to be closer. People naturally keep a comfortable distance from people they don't care about. But when someone is interested in you, that personal space shrinks on purpose. For example, she might not sit across from you at a cafe, but instead slide into the seat next to you, or she might not stand far away from you in a group, but keep moving closer, almost as if the space between you doesn't exist. These actions mean something. She's comfortable in your space and she might be waiting for you to notice. And this kind of behavior has deep roots in psychology. People close the gap when they feel emotionally or physically connected to someone. So if she's doing this, she's sending a very clear message that you shouldn't ignore. Second sign, she's trying things out. Most women don't go straight for physical touch. Instead, they initiate small and seemingly harmless touches, such as removing a speck of lint from your shirt, adjusting your weight, or gently pushing your arm when she laughs. But here's what most men miss. These aren't random gestures. They're planned, calculated, and full of meaning. Let's say you're talking and all of a sudden she reaches out to fix your collar or smooth out a made-up crease on your sleeve. When you say something funny, she taps you on the arm. It might not seem like much, but she's actually watching to see how you react. Do you flinch, lean in, or answer back? A woman's touch is often deliberate. She's looking for subtle signals from you that say, I like this, or I'm comfortable with this. If you don't react at all, she might assume you're not interested, but if you smile, lean in slightly, or touch her back in a natural way, you're letting her know, I see what you're doing and I like it. This is how attraction escalates. It starts with subtle touches, testing the waters before moving to something more intentional. If she's doing this, it's because she wants to see where you're standing. Sign number 3, eye contact. There's something powerful about eye contact, especially when it lingers just a second longer than usual. When a woman is attracted to you, she won't just glance at you, she'll look at you. And when she does, there's often a warmth in her gaze, a kind of quiet signal that says, I see you. I want you to see me too. Here's a scenario. If she looks at you for a little longer than usual, maybe her pupils get a little bigger, or she blinks less quickly, that's not a coincidence. According to a study published in the Journal of Research in Personality, prolonged eye contact can actually increase feelings of connection and intimacy. In other words, when she locks eyes with you, her brain is reinforcing that sense of attraction. It's a biological response. Another thing to notice is how she reacts when you look back at her. Does she smile? Does she glance down before looking back? These small movements are subtle signs that she's interested, and maybe even hoping you'll take things a step further. Sign number 4, she finds reasons to be close to you. Sometimes attraction isn't solely based on her words, but also on her actions. And one of the most significant indicators is when she actively seeks reasons to be near you. People typically avoid individuals who do not pique their interest. However, if she continues to breach the invisible barrier between you, she is informing you that she is comfortable with being in close proximity and wants you to acknowledge it. For example, she might reach out and adjust your collar, smooth out a wrinkle in your shirt, or even fix your hair. Even though they look like harmless actions, they have a lot of meaning. And here's the key: it's not just the action that matters. Thoughts on the power behind it. Pay attention to her body language. If she leans in to adjust your tie, makes eye contact, or lets her fingers linger just a second longer than necessary, that's not politeness, that's interest. Another sign is where she sits. If she has a choice of seats at a party or restaurant, but chooses the one closest to you, she's telling you something without saying a word. Women don't sit next to men they don't want to be around, so if she keeps finding ways to be close to you, it means she's not just okay with your presence. She wants more of it. There is a faint fifth sign that looks like this one. Once you know what to look for, you can't miss it. When someone is interested in you, they subconsciously start to copy your movements, gestures, and even your tone of voice. This is your brain's way of saying, I feel connected to you. Here's what it looks like in action. You sip your drink, and a few seconds later, she does the same. You lean back in your chair, and she copies your movement without even realizing it. This is so powerful because she's not trying to do it. It's just something she does naturally. Based on studies of nonverbal synchrony, a study in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior found that when two people are interested in each other, their body language naturally goes up. It's like an unspoken rhythm that pulls them closer together. So the next time you're talking to her, try changing your posture by crossing your arms or shifting your seat and seeing if she subconsciously does the same. That means she's paying attention to you and likes what she sees. Sign number 6 says positive things about your physical appearance. Some of the most telling signs that a woman likes you are when she starts to notice the little things about you. If she's interested in you, she won't just say nice things about your personality. She'll also say nice things about your appearance. For example, she might say that you always smell great or that shirt looks excellent on you. Or she might notice something most people wouldn't, your hands. Most guys don't notice your jawline or how you walk. The things they say aren't just random, they're subtle ways of showing interest without being too obvious. If a woman doesn't envision herself touching your hands, she won't compliment them. And here's the real sign. In the way she gives the praise, does she say it with a smile? If you pay attention, you'll know when a woman's compliment is more than just words. That's because when a woman starts to notice the little things about you, it means she's thinking about you more than you know. Eyes, if you've made it this far, leave a comment below. Let's see who's part of the real Bond Chronicle community, the people who pay attention to the details bonus. When her touch lasts just a little longer, that's the best sign. That doesn't just happen by chance. It's not just a quick tap on the arm, a casual brush against you, or a random nudge. It's a moment that lasts a second longer than it needs to. Here's what I mean. Let's say she's handing you something, like your phone, jacket, or even just a pen. Instead of passing it over her fingers, they rest on yours for a fraction of a second longer. It's so subtle that you'll miss it if you're not paying attention. Or imagine you're saying goodbye and she leans in for a hug, but instead of the quick, friendly touch, she rests her fingers on yours for a fraction of a second longer. Most people give. She lingers, her arms staying around you a moment longer, her body pressed against yours just enough to feel intentional. It's her way of saying, I like this, I like being close to you. It's a form of silent communication that says a lot without a word. If you notice this happening, it's probably not a coincidence. It's a sign, one of the clearest ones you'll ever get. Please give this video a thumbs up if it helped you. It helps us get to more people. If you want daily relationship advice, subscribe to Bond Chron and share this video with someone who might need it. If you're still here, we've put up a video we think you'll love. Click it now and we'll see you tomorrow.